This week, your Avengers Endgame reactions, Batman Who Laughs, and Stan Lee's favorite stories. It's Previews World Weekly and it's starting right now. It's Wednesday, which means it's time for an all-new episode of Previews World Weekly. Welcome back. I am one of your hosts, Troy Jeffrey Allen.
And I'm Thea, and we're here every week to remind you guys to stop at a local comic shop and get involved in what's happening in the world of comics.
And there's plenty to discuss this week.
Yes.
There's Avengers Endgame. We're going to show you some of Stan Lee's favorite stories. Conan the Barbarian's joining Marvel, but I'm not going to give all this stuff away. Let's just dive right into it.
Yeah.
Here's Anna Mia, and she's going to show you all the new release items that are featured this week.
Hey Previews World! Every week we give you the rundown of some of the books hitting the shelves for the first time. Here's what's at comic shops this week. And we're just getting started. The world of comics has even more to offer. So stop at a shop already, and you might just find your new favorite thing. See ya!
As usual, a lot of really great titles out this week. What are you looking forward to, Troy?
Actually, well, definitely Magic Order #5.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel like this is a book for people. It's a Harry Potter book for people who don't like Harry Potter.
Cool.
Which is like, because it's just, I don't know, it seems to like want to play with some of the tropes based off my limited understanding of Harry Potter. Some of the tropes. Yeah. And like, it's also just mean and nasty.
That's fun.
So, yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's just very acerbic. It's Mark Miller and Olivia Coipel, so it's great art. You know, you understand the writing style. It's like, you know, just rapid fire.
Yeah.
And actually, this is -- 5, so we're pretty much close to the finale at this point. So, yeah, definitely pick it up. But what are you looking forward to?
I'm really enjoying Oblivion Song.
Okay, yeah. Right,
It's really cool. I love the artwork. The story's great. It's weird.
All right, yeah.
That's a good one.
All right.
So, yeah, we're on number 10 now. It's good.
Yeah, no, fun. It's a horror book. Nice supernatural book. Yeah. People seem to love that one, actually. I'm also looking forward to, I'm looking forward to Batman Damned. I know, first issue left a bad taste in people's mouths. But, you know, in reality, it's, you know, it's a sexy little book. Like, you know, and I'm not trying to be funny when I'm saying that. It is. The artwork's really sexy. It's good artwork. You know, they're recontextualizing a lot of the supernatural characters in the DC universe, which is nice. They do this weird stuff with Deadman and Zatanna, and it's kind of cool.
Nice.
And it's just, it's interesting. And like, yeah, there's a bit in there about Thomas Wayne and his infidelities.
Oh,
right, which adds a new wrinkle to like, you know, what Bruce remembers about his father.
Yeah, of course.
Like, yeah, it's really interesting, very intriguing. So I'm curious to see what Brian Azzarello and Lee Barrymore are going to do. What else are you looking forward to?
So we have a Hellboy Winter Special that looks like it's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I haven't read it yet, but because it's out today.
Right.
But it's from Dark Horse, right? It's got 3 different tales. So we've got Mike Mignola and Ben Stenbeck team up for a New Year's Eve seance gone wrong kind of thing. And then Fabio Moon and Gabriel Ba revisit the BPRD vampire.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
So there's a little tie-in story there. And Tunsi Zonjic returns to write and draw Lobster Johnson.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it looks like it's a fun little little one-off.
No, they do, like, I feel like they do these every year, and there's always like a cool, like, you know, like, yeah, just like, if you're trying to familiarize yourself with the Hellboy world, these are always great books to pick up.
Yeah, it's a good little sampler.
Yeah. Also this week, Batman Who Laughs. People should definitely check that out. If you're a fan of Dark Knight's Metal, which was like the major event that happened last year,
Yeah.
then this is a good one. It's a nice spinoff. This was like the breakout character, the Batman Who Laughed, the Jokerized version of Batman. Also out this week is Avengers number 11, which is a continuation of Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness' series. Now they're diving into the War of Realms thing, which is actually really interesting. I'm very curious about that crossover event, I guess, that's about to occur. But I also like it because the cover, it's Thor and She-Hulk about to get it on.
Yeah. Sassy.
She's towering over him, which is like amazing.
Really great.
Like most of the covers are arm muscles, so it's like wow. But yeah, so those are some of the books out this week, and now we're going to take a look at the news, and we're going to show you some of the stuff that's been going on in the world of comics in the last 7 days.
Let's take a look at some of the things we've been talking about over on the Previews World website. First up, best-selling multiple Eisner Award-winning creators Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips have renewed their exclusive deal with Image Comics. The previously unprecedented deal with Image was first announced 5 years ago alongside the launch of The Fade Out, and the renewal is effective immediately. The last 5 years at Image, with the freedom to just follow our creative instincts and do whatever we want to, has been the most successful time of our long career together, said Brubaker. Their success first took a new format recently in their original graphic novel, a criminal tie-in story titled My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies, which reached critical acclaim and received a coveted starred review by the Library Journal, which called it a fine addition to a staggering body of work. It seems like only yesterday that Ed and I decided to make it official, but it's been 5 years of our exclusive deal with Image, said Phillips. Nothing beats the great time we've had making exactly the comics we want to make, so we're signing up for another 5 years. Criminal number 1 will be available on January 9th, while the My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies hardcover is available now. Earlier this week, Variety revealed that Fox Digital Studios is currently developing a documentary about Heavy Metal magazine. It'll be directed by Douglas Tirola, the man behind the National Lampoon's documentary Drunk, Stoned, Brilliant, Dead. First published in 1977, Heavy Metal magazine has served as the home for some of science fiction and fantasy's most celebrated talents. That list of talents includes Kevin Eastman, H.R. Geiger, Mobius, erotic artist Milo Manara, horror artist Richard Corbin, and most recently, editor-in-chief Grant Morrison. Be sure to keep an eye on all the Previews World social media for updates on the progression of this project. Next up, DC has announced cover updates for Young Justice number 1 from the new DC Wonder Comics line. The main cover for this issue now will feature a full shot of the team by Patrick Gleason, with the variant cover a black and white version of the same team shot. The cover featuring the male members of the team originally solicited to appear on issue number 1 will now run on issue number 3. This new updated Young Justice number 1 will be available January 9th, 2019. IDW Publishing announced on Monday that its former chief executive officer and editor-in-chief, Chris Ryall, is returning to the company as president, publisher, and his previous post of chief creative officer. Ryall will assume his new duties on December 10th, bringing more than 14 years of proven success to IDW Publishing. As a writer, Ryall was nominated for an Eisner Award alongside artist Ashley Wood. He has said that IDW is where he spent the majority of his career, that he considers the company and its employees like family, and is grateful for this amazing opportunity to return. Last but not least, the all-new weekly Avengers event continues in March, with an epic story from Al Ewing, Mark Waid, and Jim Zub, with art by Sean Isaacs and Paco Medina. And the famed barbarian Conan is slashing his way into the Marvel Universe in Avengers: No Road Home. It all starts when the Scarlet Witch enters the Hyborian Age, and continues when the Avengers take their fight to the Queen of the Night. And while Conan and the Avengers will fight together, the question remains, whose side is Conan really on? Keep watching our social media for pre-order details and updates.
Nice. I know we were saying this was kind of a soft week for news, but like definitely the Conan thing is kind of a big deal.
It's
like,
cool.
That's like Marvel. For me, Marvel stole the week with that one because it was like, this is a licensed character. It's not their character, but they're bringing him into the Avengers storyline.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty nice. And
That's neat.
Anything that gets me closer to that Thor versus Conan comic. I want that, Marvel. Come on, stop playing games.
Stop playing with my heart.
Yeah, right. And also the heavy metal documentary. I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I actually saw Drunk, Stoned, Dead, and then I'm probably saying that backwards, but it was actually a really good documentary. I actually learned a lot about National Lampoons, and I didn't really know anything about it. So I'm actually very curious about that.
Yeah.
So now we're going to take it on over to the Previews Toy Chest, and Natasha's here. She's going to show us some of the featured toys available at your local comic shop this week.
Hey Previews World, Natasha here, and I'm going to give you a look at some of the new toys and collectibles in stores today. Here's this week's Previews Toy Chest. That's not all. Before heading to your local comic shop, be sure to check out PREVIEWSworld.com/new releases. There you'll find a complete rundown of everything a toy collector could possibly want.
Was that a Twinkie? Like dressed as a kid or a cowboy?
Yeah.
That's the thing?
I guess so.
All right, yeah.
I didn't know either until I saw it.
Okay.
There it is.
Apparently it's a popular item this week. So
Twinkie the Kid.
I guess it's got some sort of nostalgia pull.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I really like those, the Batgirl figurines.
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah,
Artist
the
Alley.
Show Marcy. Yeah. Those are cool. Like that whole lineup of, like there's also the Chris and Mingo one and the Newligan one. Like that whole thing, that's just a really interesting way to kind of like, you know, just reimagine these classic characters. Yeah,
I'm into it.
You get some really cool designs. Some
For
actually think that actually should end up in the comics. Actually, they're actually really neat.
It's true.
So we are actually giving away the Deadpool Maximum Effort Q-Fig.
Yep.
And I guess we need to find out how, right?
Yes.
That's how these things work, right?
As usual.
Yeah.
Right. Fresh new giveaway. So you guys want to win that Deadpool figure? Let us know what you do with Maximum Effort. Keep it clean out there, kids. All right? We'll take entrance, leave comment on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're watching, and we'll take entrance until noon on Friday, and we'll pick one of you guys to win that sucker.
There you go. Maybe we'll choose a dirty one.
Throw us a few curveballs.
Throw us a cool, yeah, keep it interesting, you know. We don't have to put the answer on the show, so it's okay.
That's true. Yeah, nobody has to see it.
It'll be between us.
We'll know.
So now we're going to check out a trailer from Mad Cave Studios. It's a book called Honor and Curse, and it's coming up. It's available now to pre-order in the previews catalog for December. So check this out. So that was Honor and Curse #1 from Mad Cave Studios. Their catchphrase is comics with a mad twist. If you are intrigued by that book, definitely check out the preview. It's an exclusive and it's on our website. Went up last week, so definitely check it out. Just type it in the search engine. Now we're going to do the social swamp thing, right? This is everybody's favorite segment because they get to mouth off, right?
Right.
So we're going to talk about Avengers Endgame. The trailer went out this past week and there were plenty of reactions, so let's get them.
So, Avengers Endgame. It's here. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Well, the trailer, not it.
Not it. Gotta wait for
So
April.
we wanted to know what you guys think of the trailer. And we have some reactions.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yes, we do. So we've got Leaf Smith has said that it looks like a great send-off for the original team. Rick Acuna has said, meh.
Okay, there's a little parody there. I'm with it.
Luis Lopez has hashtag RIP Cap's beard. And Paul DePaola has said that the opening with Tony recording the message to Pepper gave me chills. And Steve needs to grow the beard back.
People
Why
love
are
that beard.
They're
right?
so into the beard. It's very funny. It's so not Cap for me.
No, like he's been clean shaven most
Yeah,
of his
clean cut
existence.
American boy, right? Like that's the image.
Yeah.
So and like the beard looked cool.
Yeah, no,
and I
good.
think it worked in the context of Infinity War.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Beard's got
I
to
think
go,
that's fine.
guys.
It's gotta go. It's gone.
Captain
I mean, it's
America's
gone
gotta get
anyway,
happy
apparently.
again.
So like,
Yeah, that's true.
boy, bye.
Right. Chris Evans gone, so there you go.
Yeah, but
I mean, maybe the beard can stick around. I don't know.
I don't know. These people going meh. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
it's just a little teaser,
It's just a
guys.
little teaser.
It's just a little
Yeah,
teaser.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Yeah, I thought I liked the idea of Tony on the Milano, like floating back home. Like that to me. I was like, okay, this is
I actually cried.
really okay.
Which
nice.
for me is actually weird with all the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
There's one other Marvel movie where I cry, but it's for personal reasons.
Uh-huh.
And the places where everybody else cries in all these movies, I'm like, It's gonna be fine. It's a Marvel movie.
It's a Marvel movie.
They'll be okay.
Right.
But I think it's because it's the end.
Yes,
you know.
right,
so
right,
like it got my little heart, and it went, "You're gonna be upset about this now." But yeah, like that. I think that scene is really well done, where he's just he
a nice
knows
touch.
that it's over.
Yeah,
Right.
right,
So you feel it.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a really nice touch. Like I thought it was actually really cool. And I'm glad to see that Scott Lang pops up at the end.
Yeah.
And he's got the van. Well, I saw a lot of people like focusing on that, which I think they're 100% correct in their theories on that one. Yeah, I mean, it was a nice teaser.
Yeah.
It came on the heels of Captain Marvel last week. And I'm probably just not going to watch any more trailers from that one. I think that's the decision I'm going to have to make right
You're
here.
gonna be one of those people.
Yeah, even if we put it on the show, I'm just probably not going to watch it. Like I'll probably just like, oh, that's okay, guys. I just, it's
See no evil, hear no evil.
yeah, it's been a 10-year run, and I just want to enjoy it. Like
I'm with you.
I just saw the reaction videos and speculation and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah.
I don't watch any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'll see a trailer here and there, but I seem to live in a world on the internet where I tend to be able to avoid those things for whatever
good
reason.
For you, right? Yeah.
So people are always like complaining about the trailers being everywhere, and I'm like, well, you don't have to watch it, guys.
Them, right,
like, you do have to press play most of the time.
Right. Yeah.
So you're doing it to you.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I did that with Winter Soldier. Like when Winter Soldier came out, like I saw the first trailer and I didn't watch the rest of them, and I love Winter Soldier.
Good.
Like,
Yeah, it's a lot of people's favorites.
Yeah.
It's definitely a really good one.
Yeah. So I mean, it's we'll see. We'll see. Just wait and see, guys.
Yeah.
We're not done with Marvel yet, actually. So, of course, Stan Lee passed away last month, and a lot of sites did a lot of tributes that were about their favorite stories by him or like fan favorite stories by him. But we figured, let's do something a little bit different. Let's talk about his favorite stories in his own words. So, Gretchen's here, and she's going to give us Stan Lee's 3 favorites, according to him.
In the wake of his passing on November 12th, plenty has been said about the comic book luminary Stan Lee. However, just because Stan the man is gone doesn't mean that he is short on words. His thoughts, feelings, and dramatic retellings are easy to find in print and online, which is all the more reason to give this inspirational figure the final word on his career. The following 3 selections are some of Stan Lee's favorite stories. Fantastic Four, Issue 51, This Man, This Monster. It is tales of morality such as this that not only were revelatory for young readers in 1966, but came to define Marvel in general. In This Man, This Monster, the Fantastic Four's rock-skinned muscle The Thing swaps places with a lowly yet power-hungry inventor. The switch gives Grimm another chance to be human, but against his will. The story subverts expectations with a climax where both hero and villain discover that sacrifices must be made for the greater good. In the 1991 book Marvel, 5 Fabulous Decades of the World's Greatest Comics, Lee pinpoints this comic as one of the strongest examples of the Marvel style. This is one of my favorite stories, Lee said. I liked it because while it had a lot of fantasy, it was basically a character-driven story. Daredevil number 7, in Mortal Kombat with Submariner. This one is quintessential Stan Lee. 2 heroes, a clever setup, a giant misunderstanding, a lopsided fight followed by some form of mutual respect. In Daredevil issue number 7, Namor, Prince of Atlantis, emerges from the ocean in pursuit of a lawyer. In an amusing twist, it turns out that the Submariner wishes to sue the surface world for its crimes against the sea. His counsel? Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. Murdock explains to Namor what he's asking for is unreasonable. Unfortunately for Daredevil and the people of New York City, Namor doesn't really do reason. Lee told DigitalSpy.com back in 2014, "These are not our 2 top characters, but I did a story where Daredevil fought the Submariner. They practically fought to a draw, and then Submariner went back to the ocean and he left Daredevil lying exhausted on the sand." Lee adds, "I enjoyed the way I made them both seem heroic." The Silver Surfer Parable. This Eisner-winning collaboration with Moebius is as much an illustrated poem as it is a comic book. Here, Silver Surfer is once again put to the test by Galactus, Devourer of Worlds. When Galactus arrives on our planet, the Silver Surfer discovers that the giant isn't here to consume Earth, but to be worshipped. In turn, he will put an end to all of humanity's suffering. In the DVD documentary, The Comic Book Origins of the Silver Surfer, Lee earmarks his 2-part story with the French cartoonist as an absolute favorite. As much as I love The Surfer, I think the story I did with Mobius is my favorite Surfer story, Lee admits. The way Mobius drew it was different than any Marvel artist could have done it. He had a style, a magnificent style. Of all the stories I've written, that's got to go at the top as one of my all-time favorites. And those are Stan's favorites in his own words. Now it's your turn. Let us know in the comments which of Lee's mini classics are your favorite. Because the best way to honor a legend is to keep the story going.
And if you want to keep the story going, like Gretchen said, of course, you can go to your local comic shop and pick up a number of Stan Lee titles, plenty available, and also check out some of the variants that are coming this way that Marvel's going to be doing to pay tribute to him.
Absolutely.
And
speaking of local comic shops.
Speaking of local comic shops.
Yeah, we have our comic shop shout out for this week. We're going to leave you guys at the end of the show with some shots of Denver, Colorado's I Want More Comics. This was submitted by Adam Saldana. And that's it for us, right?
I think that's enough.
End of the show. Here we are. I'm one of your hosts, Thea.
And I'm Troy Jeffrey Allen, and we will see you next Wednesday, guys. Take care.
Thanks for watching Previews World Weekly. If you like the show, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future episodes.